Chapter 19. I sat on the bed in the little holding cell that had become my new home, thinking about Darius. He was all I thought about now, all I talked about. I'd been here, wherever here was, for over a week now. Every day was the same. Wake up in this cell, have some stale cereal brought to me for breakfast, and then get taken to the interrogation room down the hall. Special Agent Tomaszewski and the silent, nameless guy would meet me there with her folder full of papers, and we would go over everything again. Or she would bring up some new part of Darius's life and spin it, making it sound like just another reason for him to become a terrorist, another explanation for why he'd turned traitor and joined Al-Qaeda. Then I'd be brought back to my cell for lunch, and sometimes I'd be taken back to the interrogation room in the afternoon to go over it all again with two different people. I still hadn't seen my parents. I had no idea if they were even in the same building. And I still had no idea when I was ever going to get out of here, or what was happening with Darius. Day after day, I argued with Special Agent Tomaszewski and the others, telling them that Darius wasn't a terrorist. But after a week of hearing why he might be one, I was beginning to wonder, to doubt. And I hated myself for doubting. I felt like I was betraying Darius for even thinking it. But what if Darius had betrayed me? What if Darius had betrayed everyone and everything he loved? What if Darius had never really loved any of us to begin with? What if he had been pretending all that time, playing the part of the all-American son, getting straight A's and playing football and joining the army, always with the plan to get to Afghanistan and run to Al-Qaeda, where he could at last be himself, finally let the real Darius come through? I stood and kicked my flimsy wooden bed. I hated doubting Darius. I hated that Darius had ever given me reason to doubt. And I hated Darius for getting into trouble like this in the first place. We would all have been better off if he died in Afghanistan. No, I couldn't think that. I could never think that. I didn't want Darius dead. I wanted him alive and back home and proven innocent. But what if he wasn't innocent? Special Agent Tomaszewski certainly didn't think he was. She had him pegged for a terrorist from age 11, maybe even earlier. Was Darius still mad at the Ben and Steve Hollises of the world? Did he hate all the haters? Had they called him monster with their looks and their whispers and their prejudice so often that he had finally decided to become what they said he was? And the codes, the secret codes I kept trying to tell them about, was I just imagining things? Maybe my brother had really gone insane. Maybe he was just mixing up the real legends of Rostam with the stuff we'd made up as kids. I sat down on my bed again. I felt like I didn't know anything anymore, least of all my brother. Someone knocked on the door like they did when they were bringing me food or taking me to the interrogation room. But it was late. My dinner tray had already been taken away, and they never came for me after dinner. I took a deep breath. What did they want from me now?